I've been feeling a call to share some more personal videos on this platform. And really it's a joy that I'm meeting more and more yoga teachers from around the world, basically through word of mouth from various online offerings. And as I come into contact with new people through social media, I realize that there's those moments in the foreground that are missed. So yeah, my intention is just to start sharing a little bit more personally and more about the journey of sharing yoga over many, many years. And so one of the things I'm noticing at the moment is the world's speeding up. Even though there's been this pullback and lockdown, there's a frequency of evolution that's getting faster and faster. And while this is a part of a bigger process and it is naturally arising, I also want to encourage all yoga teachers out there. In fact, bigger than that, all students of the healing arts to not miss a step. Really savor your own unique journey. Because trainings are one thing. They're a place where you can come and absorb information, enjoy discussions, meet like-minded people, and also receive direct feedback for your own state of growth. But the greatest teacher out there, the greatest teacher, is being a part of the world and the live experiences that you'll have, not only teaching, but that you'll navigate within yoga studios, dynamics, honoring your own value, within the great leaps of faith that I really have no doubt you'll have to take. And so with that being said, I'm going to do my best to compress 16 years down into just a couple minutes. But basically my own yoga teaching journey began when I was 25 and I trained with Bikram himself in LA, and it was, well, let's just say it's 3 months I will never forget. I'll save all that for another video. But from that training, I knew I really wanted to dedicate myself to 1 year of full-time teaching, which meant 2 classes every day, 5 days a week for a year straight. And that's exactly what I did. I left my new budding career as a holistic nutritional therapist and just went straight into yoga. I'm so glad I did. During that year, I went on multiple yoga challenges, meditation challenges, cleaned up my diet, did the whole raw meditation, zero toxin thing, and it was amazing for that particular time in my life. During that time of deep cleanse, I had many vivid dreams, and the dreams were calling me to New Zealand. So on a whim, I emailed a few studios and received response within 24 hours from 2 studios saying, come. I probably shouldn't say this, but they were like, don't worry about the work visa, don't worry about your papers, just come, we'll work it out, boom. So at that time, I told my mom I love you, and I gotta go. I literally had a backpack, a one-way ticket. That's not true, there was an outbound ticket to Australia just so that I could get into New Zealand. I had $100 to my name, no work visa, and off I went on a journey. And it was a big journey as a young yoga teacher, one with no lineage, with no direct teacher of my own. I didn't see Bikram as a teacher for me. And on that journey, I went from, teaching 15 to 20 people in a room to classes suddenly, boom, it almost felt like overnight. 75 to 80 people in a room per class, 3 classes a day. So that's a lot of energy, right? 100 to 200 people coming into contact and sharing fields every day. And I felt really shaky. On my journey, my nervous system went out many a time. I do feel that there was a correlation that I didn't have a teacher, or I didn't come, I feel, from a specific lineage. But what I did find was libraries and books and self-study and meditation. And that really helped to guide me on this journey. And it was a journey where many a time I didn't know how I would pay for rent. And so therefore I lived in a cleaning closet for many months at a yoga studio. From that place, I also lived in an attic of another studio and exchanged cleaning the bathrooms, the toilets, vacuuming in exchange for free rent, and then teaching the opening classes at 6 a.m. and the closing classes at 8 or 9 p.m. And I did this for a long time. And in that time, one of the greatest lessons that I learned was spiritual faith and a broad sense of the word abundance. Not this zoned-in sense that's so popular right now of expansion, of more, of honoring one's value, but it's like, gimme, gimme, gimme kind of energy. No. Right? Abundance in this like deep sense of leaning into the back body, feeling your field go out wide and knowing you will be held no matter what, but it's up to you to stay aligned. And another point I'd love to make in this world of like fast action and return, quick evolution, is an encouragement to put the time in, to put the effort in. You know, being a really potent yoga teacher does not happen overnight. It really doesn't. And so for me, I was a very slow learner. And what I did the first year was record myself on audio. I recorded all the cues of a class that I wanted to share. And pretty much every night as I go to sleep, I would put on my little, headphones, lay in bed, and just listen to the dialogue over and over again. On my spare time, I would go to the park and I would literally take myself through cueing all the asanas, trying to find that vinyasa rhythm of breath with movement and really syncing up my words. I would spend time on weekends, journaling and writing out, okay, how's another way that I could say the same thing? So I'm not just repeating the same line, the same poetic line over and over and over again, but really diversifying my language to capture people's attention, right? Not so that I have their attention, but so that their attention is alive and responding in their body. Because even in a yoga asana practice, no matter if it's fast or slow, dissociation still happens in the room. And so to become a wordsmith will really capture people to be embodied in this gorgeous flesh suit that they have, that they get to call for a home for, well, one lifetime at the very least. So I encourage all of you out there in this most unique time, take faith, but not blind faith. Back your faith by investing in what you love. And investment doesn't necessarily mean financially. With time, if you're in a course, show up to the calls, read the books, do the practices of meditation and asana, go to teachers that you love, write down notes about what inspires you, the class theme, what they said, what poses were linked together that just went, oh, like melting butter in your body. And also what poses or transitions felt clunky, because what works in one's body might not work in your own. And then you can really refine your voice, your style, and your essence as a teacher. And when that time comes, you'll start to attract a very particular group that will show up to your classes. And when you start to see that resonance of a particular tribe, for lack of a better name, coming to your class, well then you've got the permission and also the cultivated container to start theming. And if you wish to take your themes rather deep and really go on healing journeys, right? Healing journeys within the appropriate setting with studentship and community that you know already. There's a few musings of my journey along the way, and I hope they help anyone who's having a wobble in their teaching experience. It's oh so normal, and keep putting in your dedication, keep putting in your time, and opening up your eyes to a truer, more holistic form of abundance. Abundance is a feeling, and it happens inside.